Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to this review of the Anastasia Prism Eyeshadow palette. I am so excited to bring this review to you. Anytime Anastasia releases something new, whether it be a glow kit, an eyeshadow palette, in this case a blush kit because they've come out with those as well now, I look forward to those so much because this brand to me is so reliable and I love their products release after release after release, and so I am so excited to have my hands on this little baby right here. And so we're going to go through swatches together. We will go through the description of the palette, give you my thoughts. I am wearing it on my eyes today, so let's just jump right into this exciting review. Okay, so first things first, I did pick mine up on the Anastasia website. They released it this last Monday, which was I think it was the 2nd of October, and it was supposed to release on Ulta and Sephora the 3rd. Well, I was going to wait for the 3rd because I thought for one day I may as well just get the points on Sephora and the 2-day shipping. Well, it didn't release that day. As it turned out, later on in the day, Anastasia notified via like Instagram and certain social media communications that they were trying to get the inventory over to retailers, but it was going to be more around the 10th of October. So I was like, okay, that being said, I want to order mine from the Anastasia website, which I did. And I am so glad I did because it has since sold out on the Anastasia website. But if this is something that has been on your radar, have no fear. Sephora and Ulta will be getting it very, very shortly. My understanding is the 10th of October, which is here in a couple days. Today's Sunday for me, but the 10th is actually Tuesday, I think. So keep your eyes peeled for that. The box comes like this. It's really, really sleek. It's nice. It's black and gold, very pretty. Like I mentioned, it is called the Prism palette for good reason. We'll go through that here in a second. And this is a limited edition palette that is a holiday. It's considered a holiday release. Nothing exciting on the back, just a picture of the palette as well as the ingredients. So then moving on to the palette, you've got the same kind of design. It is a black felt, which is very similar to the Naked One eyeshadow palette. I know IT Cosmetics palettes usually resemble this as well. I could take or leave this kind of packaging. I don't know that I'm super thrilled about it, but it is very pretty, the contrast of the gold with the black, so I do really like that. And so you open it up, and in typical Anastasia fashion, you have a brush, which you can tell I haven't even used yet because the plastic is still on it. I tend to not use the brushes that come with these palettes. In the past, they have kind of shed a lot, and so I just find that I really like to use, you know, my normal everyday brushes. But it does come with a dual-ended, so you've got a blending side right there, and you've got a shader side right there. So it does make it convenient for when you're on the go, and you know, if you don't have a whole lot of brushes to work with, then that kind of adds something to your collection, which is nice. Also, in typical Anastasia eyeshadow fashion, you've got the mirror. It doesn't cover the entire cover, but it does have a good portion of that cover. And then you get 14, let's see, I think they're 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. So there's 14 shades right here. Let me bring you in up close right there. And the nice thing about this palette is that a lot of them are those kind of dazzle shades that you would use for the holidays, for your special events, for your parties, for your get-togethers. So that makes this a really nice holiday release. So you have a mix of 3 different finishes. I will read to you from the Anastasia website what those are here shortly. But you do have a nice array of colors in here. So first off, let me give you pricing and all that good stuff. So this palette is $42, which is an amazing, I always think Anastasia products are so decently priced, and I love that because their quality is amazing, and yet they don't gouge you on the price, which I love that. So it is $42, and it's described as a luxe holiday eyeshadow collection. Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette features 14 shades that range from universal neutrals to prismatic metallics. It's full pigment formula, 14 shades including ultra matte, duochrome, and metallic finishes, and it includes the dual-ended brush. So that is the description on the Anastasia website. So at this point in time, let's go ahead and go through swatches. I will zoom you in here shortly to the look that I have on today using this palette, and then we'll go into thoughts. Okay, the first 4 are Lucid, Eden, Unity, and Sphinx. with Eden and Unity being two of the mattes in this palette. And just to let you know, Unity, which is this shade right here, it's kind of a hybrid between a bone to almost like a yellowy type undertone shade. And that is the shade that I used on top of my eyeshadow primer to kind of set the primer down. So that's what those look like. And then just as a reminder, my swatches are one swipe across the hand for pigmentation purposes, so that's what those look like right there. Also, Lucid is the shade I am wearing in my inner corner, and I did use it with a wet brush. The next four shades are Osiris, Sphere, Obsidian, and Dimension, with Sphere and Obsidian being, oops, these two right here, those are matte shades. This black is very, very soft and buttery for a black. Usually black shades are very, they can be dry, chalky, and patchy. This one is very, very soft and incredibly pigmented. So for those of you who love a good black liner in your palette, this palette has that. So here you go. Those are those swatches. That is crazy pigmented right there. That is probably one of the most opaque and softest black eyeshadow shades I have ever come across. Also, to let you know, Dimension, this shade right here, is what I'm wearing all over the lid today, and I did also apply it with a wet brush. Now we're moving to the next four. This is Parallel, Pyramid, Throne, and Saturn. Let's see, Pyramid I did wear yesterday, also with a wet brush. This shade, Throne, is everything you could ever want in like a holiday standout green shade. I'll tell you why here in a second. Parallel and Saturn are two of the matte shades in this palette. And that's what those look like right there. So you can already tell there's like a really good array of different shades, tones, colors. There's a lot to work with for a whole lot of different looks. The last two are Eternal and Lure. Lure is a really, really great crease color. I did wear it yesterday, blended like a dream. And again, that one is, Lure is a matte shade. So here's what those two look like right there. And those are the last two swatches for this palette. Now, let me zoom you in real quick because, as you know, if I don't do it before I go into thoughts, I have been known to forget to even zoom you in to show you how I am wearing the, as I almost dropped the palette, how I am wearing it. So let me zoom you in really quick. Okay. So in the crease today, I have the shade Saturn, which is that kind of more darker, it's a darker, more pumpkin type color. It reminds me of pumpkin spice. As I told you right here on the lid, I have Dimension, and I am wearing it with I did wet my brush, so I did apply it wet. Outer corner of the, or outer portion of the lid, I did use one of the Natasha Denona Lila shades because I needed something a little bit darker and I didn't want to do black. I didn't want to smoke it out that much. But lower lash line, I am wearing the darker purple, which is one of the metallics, and it's called Osiris, and I am wearing that on my lower lash line. And then again on the inner corners, I'm wearing Lucid, and I did apply that with a damp brush. So it really is a super simple look, nothing super out of the ordinary. But the beauty of this palette is that it can take really what you would think would be a simple look, you know, 2, 3, even maybe 4 shades. Because I've told y'all before, I like to keep it in at most about 4 shades. So I've got, you know, usually I've got a crease color, a lid color, my outer color, and then, you know, for my inner corner. And then a lot of times I'll just do a same color for the lower lash line. Sometimes I will change it up. So maybe 4 to 5 shades to keep it quick and simple. That's not to say my makeup is always done on the fly real quick, but I a lot of times don't have the time to do 6, 7, 8, 9 shades from a palette on my eyelids. So sometimes if I am, you know, if I'm needing something quick, it's going to be a few shades. I don't usually make it super complex. And so the beauty about this palette is it will take super simple, you know, 2 or 3 shades, and it will make it look so glamorous, it seems like. So I'm going to tell you, if you hate any kind of glitter or sparkle, then this palette won't be for you, because those metallic shades and those duochrome shades included in this palette have a, if I say glitter, it sounds like chunky glitter that falls down, and it's not. It is almost like a micro glitter or a micro shimmer that is built into the formula of the eyeshadow that stays within the eyeshadow. It doesn't sit on top like the Too Faced, you know, you apply that and then all the little glitter specks fall down. And in addition to that, I do not have to use glitter glue. You know I am a huge advocate for glitter glue because that is ideal for wearing any kind of glitter shades. With these, you do not have to use glitter glue because that shimmer or that glitter is already in the eyeshadow. It's strange and they're so creamy buttery. So I'm going to tell you that, so I have not yet used Sphinx, but Osiris, Dimension, Pyramid, Throne, and Eternal all have a kind of like a micro glitter. So this, when the sun hits, it is incredible. It lights up, and that's why I say that this could be the perfect palette for you for the holidays. If you've got a lot of special events coming up, if you've got holiday parties, if you're hosting things, whatever the case may be. If you want those really rocking party looks, then this would be an ideal palette for you. And what I love also is that the sparkle isn't over the top. Like, it's not like you can see me from a mile away. Like, once you get up close, you can see the sparkles there, and in the sun, you can really see it. But it's not one of those, it's not going to be like your Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow shades where you've got the really chunky type of glitter that looks like a disco ball on your eye, which I am all about, by the way. I love that. But for those of you who are not about that look, then this is perfect. If you still want to pull off that glitter sparkle, you know, side of it, but you don't want to go too overboard, like the Stila chunkier glitter eyeshadows, then this is ideal. And it looks so classy, so pretty. The sparkle is just amazing without being too overboard, over the top. This Throne shade, the reason I say this is like the perfect holiday green is because it is that perfect rich green without looking too much like a black green. So I love a lot of times like the Too Faced ones. It'll look beautiful in the pan. You swatch it and it's a little bit more on the black side. It's got like a black undertone type thing to it. And so, sorry, I feel like I have lipstick. Like, do you ever feel like your lipstick is running out the corners of your mouth and then you end up like the Joker? It's total distraction and side note, but I have like a cut on this side of my mouth. Like, I think I slept with my mouth open last night and it ended up cutting my mouth because it got so dry. So that's where I feel like the lipstick is like, Okay, total side note and distraction. Anyways, this Throne shade is not a blackened green. It is like a good green. You can tell that it's green. But in addition to that, it's got the sparkle in there. It is so, so pretty. Perfect for Christmas. I'm so excited to use it. I have enjoyed every single look I have done with this. It has been so easy to work with. The mattes are so soft for being mattes, and then these metallic and duochrome shades are even softer. This is a really great palette. Now, I know a lot of people were disappointed with the Subculture palette prior to this one. I ended up loving the Subculture palette. But I use a technique that's a little bit different than what a lot of people were using and grinding down to like pan and stuff. I don't do all that. And I love my Subculture palette. I have put that one to very good use. So for me, you know, it's not like, you know, this is, oh great, you know, Anastasia's back to making good things. To me, they've always made good things. And this is no exception to the rule. This is, I think I'm going to say that I love this palette more than any other palette that she has released, or that Anastasia Beverly Hills has released. Probably my favorite was the Modern Renaissance, and I love this one more than that one. I think that is, you know, that's big. But you know I love those standout shades. So guys, this palette, and I just realized the Modern Renaissance does have this feel too. This palette is incredibly amazing quality for the $42 price tag. If it's been on your radar, if you were wondering if you should pick this up, I say don't even hesitate. Pick it up because it is limited edition. Like I said, it has sold out on the Anastasia website, but it will come into stock for Sephora and Ulta here this week. I say pick it up. Don't sleep on this one. I would not wait for the 20% off friends and family. I wouldn't wait for the 20% off in November. Granted, chances are, yeah, it could possibly still be available, but this is one of those where it may sell out and you may end up regretting not picking it up. So really, really amazing palette. I'm so over the moon for this one. I love it. So before I let you guys go, let me give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Ephesians 2:10, and it says, "We are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do." God has a plan for each and every one of our lives. If we just trust Him, it could be the most amazing life. Doesn't mean it's going to be problem-free. Doesn't mean it's going to be worry-free. What it means is that He has a plan and a purpose for us, and He will be with us every step of the way. Guys, I hope this video has helped you if you've been kind of wondering if this palette is for you. And I hope also that this verse of the day has been encouraging to you, that it's helped motivate you. I hope you're having a wonderful day and a wonderful week. I love talking to you guys, and of course I will see you very, very soon in the next video for, I'm sure, another holiday release. All right, guys, see you then. Bye.